Please stand for the presentation of the colors. Uniform personnel, present arm. Forward, mark. Personnel, order, arm.
All right, make yourselves comfortable. I'd like to thank our Honor Guard unit for presentation of colors. Recognize a couple of our guests today. We've got the Mayor, Tim Swadley, and our Clerk, Candy Christian is here. And of course, the Joseph Fitters and his family. Before we get sworn in, or Joel is sworn in, I just want to recognize our city government and our citizens for support of the police department. Mayor Swadley and his staff, along with the Common Council, recognize that we do have a value to the community, and our officers and our dispatchers are part of that value. And I just want to thank them for the support over the last year in today's really competitive environment in employment. It's easy for officers to leave and dispatchers to leave for greener pastures. We recognize the support from you, Mayor, as well as Council, to keep our people here and retain what staff we have, and I really appreciate it. Today in this historic office, where former mayors such as Ole Rowe, Lionel Cooper, Doug Fondeller, Bob Barnett, Helen Johnson, and Don Olson governed Stoughton's path. Where fire chiefs like Giles Dow, Oscar Fortin, Odine Tigan, and Marty Lamers would meet with city leadership in this very room. Where police chiefs such as Paul Hansen, Cliff Creedeman, Jerry Treeloff, Steve Grady, and Pat O'Connor would meet with the mayor to discuss business. Where on September 30th, 1934, Chief Olaf Skolin would be briefed after Officer Paul Krabbe was gunned down just a few blocks east of here. Where lieutenants like Dave Perrinat and Pat Conlon would brief mayors on current events. In this room, where young sergeants like Joe Hickox, Larry Shield, and Rick Halstead would bring new officers for swearing-in ceremonies, officers like Donnie Smithback and Jerry Offerdell, Tom Holm, and Gary Morstead. And they were brought over to be sworn in clerks such as George Hovey, Judy Kinning, and Luann Almy. Today the new officer is Joseph Fitters, and City Clerk Candy Christian will be administrating the oath of the office shortly. Mayor Tim Swadley, as I mentioned earlier, is here, and I'd like to recognize Sergeants Nate Olson, Chad O'Neill, and Carson Holker, and Lieutenant Brandon Hill, acting in his first official capacity as a lieutenant. Mayor Swadley.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you all for being here today to celebrate Officer Fitters joining our team. And when you join our team, you're not just joining the police department team, you're joining the family of the city of Stoughton. So I just want to take a moment to welcome you. We appreciate the fact that other officers are helping us recruit staff to be here. It is a competitive environment out there, and we do whatever we can, not only as far as compensation, but the tools that the officers need to be successful out in the field and to return We have high expectations, and our officers consistently exceed those expectations, and I know the community appreciates that. Multiple events they attend and participate in collaboration with other groups every year. It's really important to be seen in the community, and it's not only the police department, it's fire, EMS, city officials, city council members, and community come together for these events. So I look forward to working with Officer Fitters and seeing him and his family at these events as well. So thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Lieutenant Jill?
Today's ceremony marks the beginning of a new way of life for you, Joe. Whether long or brief, any time spent as a police officer will forever change the person wearing that badge. The wearer of a badge carries an enormous responsibility. That responsibility is entrusted to them by the community that they swear to protect and serve. Every police officer must know that by wearing the badge, they have committed and sworn to protect and serve their community. A police officer knows that they could, at any time, be called upon to lay down the ultimate sacrifice in protection of their fellow citizens. Knowing this, each police officer commits themselves to that service. Their role in society is forever changed. They forge ahead into dangers that others flee from. They brave all to be the keepers of our society and to preserve our way of life. Police officers commit themselves to the principles of fairness and justice. They ensure that others can be free to carry on their lives. We are the sheepdogs of our flock. Most police officers start from humble beginnings, not fully realizing the commitment that they have made until being a police officer defines who they are, not just what they do. We grow each day in our commitment to the profession, each other, and to those that we serve. We acknowledge that each day we hope to make lives better for others, to keep things from getting worse, and to pick up pieces after a tragedy, to save lives, to prevent others from doing harm, and in general, to make a difference. We know, as police officers, we will carry with us for all of our lives the burden of the knowledge of those tragedies we see. We will carry the firsthand knowledge of the evil that humans are capable of doing to each other. We carry these things as part of us, and hopefully it increases our resolve to do all that we can each day to minimize those effects on others. Police officers understand each other. We understand the responsibility, we understand the burden, and it becomes a bond. We take care of each other, and as we take care of the community, we become a family.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Clerk Christian. Come up here.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Joseph W. Fitters,
I, Joseph W. Fitters,
having been duly appointed
have been duly appointed
a City of Stoughton police officer
a City of Stoughton police officer
in and for the state of Wisconsin,
in and for the state of Wisconsin,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin.
and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin.
I will faithfully discharge the duties of a police officer
I will faithfully discharge the duties of a police officer
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Claire. And now for the pinning, I'd like to introduce Joe's fiancee, Haley. Might get a little dicey here.
Now's your time to get even.
Okay, you need to stop. That's right
All right, congratulations. Joseph, with your oath of commitment today, we welcome you into our family. We commit to you that we will provide you with the knowledge and training to the best of our ability. What you do with that knowledge will be up to you. As you move forward in your career, you will begin to understand what commitment means and what it truly means to be a cop. So there are thousands and thousands of police officers, there's fewer cops. Congratulations. All right, Joseph Fitters.